doing. You put those two together and you have a great combination. Let me just try and connect a few dots for the students here about how my journey began and how I stayed focused. When I was 16, I was introduced to the sport of polo, and the story was, how do I get that money? And I said, bring something to the marketplace. And I said, give me an example of what someone did to bring something to the marketplace. And my best friend's father told me, let me tell you the story of George de Mistral, who was a Swiss watchmaker who went out hunting one day in the Swiss Alps, came back with his dog, and started pulling the sand spurs off the legs of the dog. When he did that, he watched the action carefully, as a watchmaker would. We created that with plastic, and now we know that as Velcro. So I say, Velcro, find your Velcro moment. And that stuck in me like a tack with a rubber band around it for the rest of my life. Find your Velcro moment. Find that moment that sits around you right there in your hands that you can take forward and become a huge success. And when I saw the Bloomin' Onion and I put that together for the first time, I didn't think I was going to become a great restaurateur. I knew that. I wanted to become a great polo player. Never having played the great sport of polo until I was 40, but having a saddle and wishing to play all my life. And just looking at that saddle every night in my bedroom, wishing there was a horse underneath it. So I put a horse, not just one, I put 100 horses under that saddle. And we played all over the world. And in 1999, we were #1 in the world. And I'm proud of that. So it was a huge thank you. And you know, so that was the Velcro moment for me, was seeing a flavor that wasn't in America. This beautiful flavor, and the Bloomin' Onion is approaching $1 billion in sales, and it's still the #1 appetizer over the last quarter of a century, and it is not ever been copied. So I'm proud of all of that, and also proud of PDQ, which exudes a lot of those bold flavors that you'll find in a Bloomin' Onion. So we can keep all that going in a good way. But so that was the onion. That was my. But more important, I was working in the restaurant industry, and the restaurant industry is difficult. It's hard. It's long hours. I didn't find success until I found great partners. So I challenge all the students to look for your Velcro moment. Look for that thing around you, sitting around you, that is right there. But then to put a team together. Put your team together to make that, because it is a team. My mother once told me my Achilles heel, and everybody knows the story of Achilles, was the young Greek boy that was dipped into a river and he was held by his mother from his heels. That's his Achilles heel. Those are the two parts of his heel that were unprotected. So you have to know your Achilles heel. My mother said mine was that I was optimistic to a fault. And that's a young paper boy who wants to play polo. So I could see where she comes from. But I took that Achilles heel statement and I made it into, instead of a headwind, I turned it into a tailwind. How did I do that? I found partners that have a different skill set that I do. I'm very, very good at some things. And as my wife will tell you, there's some things I'm not good at all at. So in life, the thing is, find your Velcro moment, but then know your Achilles heel. And once you know it, and you know what your negative is, or the thing you have to work, make it a positive. And when you do that, you take that headwind, you make it a tailwind. And that is the team. When you put a team, polo is the oldest team sport in the world. It's 2,000 years old. It's the first team sport. It relies on everybody on the team helping everybody to victory. So my parting comments to everybody is, find that Velcro moment, understand your Achilles heel, and put your team together and have great success, so you will be at this podium one day talking about how to keep the next generation of free entrepreneurs going stronger than they ever been. It is what this nation is about. I lived in Italy, I lived in Paris, I lived all over the country, all over the world in different countries, traveled all over. there is never a country like the United States of America when it comes to becoming an entrepreneur. There is no place you can get the opportunity and the capital and all of the things that you need to become successful. And it's right there, right in front of you in this country. Do not search outside the boundaries of the United States. There's no place better. And they talk, John Scully, who's the chairman of our board, talks all the time about the edge that we have over the Japanese and Chinese. Why? We're willing to take risks. We're willing to try different things. We're willing to be edgy. We're willing to create new things in the marketplace. That is our strength, and may you continue it to last forever. So good luck to all of you. May you find your Velcro, may you put your team together, and may you make your headwind a tailwind. Here's to all of you. Thank you. Thank you for the time.